Hello everyone, my name is Console and I am with
Eric Chize,
Patrick Atizmana.
Natasha Ashemye. Me and my team have decided to talk about spreadsheet application within a business. While we're working on this project, we have covered many different skills such as formatting a spreadsheet, arranging data within a spreadsheet. Also, we have covered the way you can use graphs according to the data that you have, graphs and charts to make recommendations. So when you are formatting a data, when you are formatting a spreadsheet, you have to consider many different things. For example, coloring, like you be like if the color you are using within the spreadsheet are friendly, like the viewer will be able to see the information that we have in the spreadsheet. Also, when you start to arrange data within a spreadsheet, you have to consider like the font, color, size, and to ensure that the data are well arranged within a spreadsheet so that it is easier for someone to look at the data and understand what the data are presenting. So when it comes to the graphs and charts, we use the data that we have in spreadsheet when we had already done like different calculations using formulas and functions within the spreadsheet, so that you can be able to present some information within your chart and graphs, which can be used to make recommendations depending on the kind of data that you have. So we can use a spreadsheet application in real life. Eric will proceed giving you a real life example where a spreadsheet is applied in business.
where spreadsheet application skills are very usable in real life. For instance, in a business, let's take as an example of a well-known company like a Blackberry. This is a big company that collects data for various purposes. They may collect data for when they want to introduce a new product to the market. They can also collect data to track the progress of each department within the company. They can also use data to identify the department's contribution to the company's income. So those data may be also collected from different regions. They can also be collected by different person in different form. So spreadsheet application skills, they will be used to arrange those data and to form them so that they can be very useful to the company. And after collecting those data, we will need also spreadsheet application to make a certain calculation. Those calculations also provide the insight into the data to identify which company or which department within the company is making high sales, is making high profit, or is earning more, which a certain person from within the department of the company is working or they are not working. So those information in business spreadsheet application skills help to identify each and every information we need to make a business decision. So after making those calculations, we will use, as she mentioned, graph to highlight and to provide insight into the data so that even a person with zero technical skills in understanding spreadsheet will know what's going on in the company. So those graphs present uh, the share of each department to the company's income. So those graphs, when they provide and present the company's income or sales, it will be easy for the company to identify what we could do, what's going on within our company, what uh, measures we could take on this department if it's not working or it's not earning something or it doesn't contribute to the company's income. So different measures will be uh, made and different decisions will be made also in the company according to those data presented in the spreadsheet application. So after identifying what's going on, different and various decisions will be made accordingly. So my colleague will continue to the challenge we met in this class.
Thank you, Mr. Eric. We have been passing this CFA on the boarding class, and through that class, we have been able to learn from different sessions, and in different sessions we learn different courses, and that courses have covered different goals, and from that goals had some projects and different sub-projects, and during that course journey, of course, we as students we face different challenges, and among them I'm here to introduce and talk to them because they were general issues that everyone have faced that could limit him or her to pass, or that can be issue when we are not able to manage them until CFA onboarding, CFA classes. From there, I can start with issue of time management. Time management is a problem that everyone could face, but for us in onboarding class, I've been facing this problem with meeting deadlines. For example, we are given activities to work on, and they are given some deadlines from where we have to submit. And whenever we are not able to meet deadlines, it means we are not able to manage time. This has been a very big problem, like we have been given large project that requires you to work and submit one day. For us, because we're used to work on assignments and other small activities, this was a very big problem for us to be in the system of achieving or working on time and manage to submit works or deliverables on the time set. Another issue that we really faced is understanding the directions of the project and the other deliverables that we require to submit. Like if you are given a project, it is better that you can understand the directions before starting or even working on it. For us, this has been a very big problem. Like you could be given a project and you don't, of course you understand what is required, but you don't know the ways and techniques that you should use so as to give a very complete deliverable. For us, this was really a problem, and it really needs some ways to overcome it, because we really need to be on CFA onboarding, on CFA class, and having different ways of working on our self-paced projects. It really requires this attention for us to be able to meet the elections or understand the elections. Another issue that we really faced is avoiding similarity rates. Like when someone has a very high similarity rate, it is considered as plagiarism, and plagiarism is a very punishable mistake that is really considered in academic settings. For us, we could have been facing this kind of issue because we're still starting working on large projects. Like we're able to work on the spreadsheets that requires use of different data at the same time and use them in next one. From there, we're unable to arrange our subjects, we're unable to work on our deliverables so that we can avoid this similarity rate. And formatting and the other kind of designs, we were unable to arrange them so that we can avoid this similarity rate. But this was really a problem that could need a concern so as to overcome it. Yeah, that was all about the challenges that we faced during this onboarding journey, and I could consider Natasha to take us through how can we avoid this kind of challenges.
Thank you. As Patrick mentioned above, there was some challenges we met, which is time management, high similarity rate, and understanding the elections. So we have come up with different ways or solutions to overcome those challenges, which is like on time management, we have come up with the solution of planning ahead. So we have to plan how we can do our activities and make priorities. So if you have, for example, if you have 2 projects to submit, and then you have to consider which project that has the due time which is Irish, so you can start with that project. And with high similarity rate, we have seen that even if we have projects of mathematics, we have seen that you can format your spreadsheet in different ways, and you can reduce those similarity rate by formatting those tables or using different charts in your visualizations or in your presentations of those data, and by understanding directions. If you find that you are not understanding directions, you can find authorized support, like you may seek support from your colleagues, you may seek support from your advisors, or you may seek support from your instructors. And if you seek for authorized support, it will help you understand your directions and to help you work on your projects while you know everything that you have to include in your projects. Thank you.
That's through the ways we can overcome these challenges we've been facing in CFA onboarding class. Now that we have seen the challenges and the ways to overcome them, we are going to talk about the way we are going to use the experience we gained from CFA onboarding class to the CFA when we get to take the self-paced projects to work on. If I can take an example from me, I was facing this problem of time management, like deadlines was getting close to me and I had to rush in order to submit. So from this experience, when I go on CFA, I will be planning ahead, like Natasha has been mentioning, so that I just had to work on my projects, though I won't be having like some deadlines as we've been told, but it is good for me that I manage my time accordingly so that I can be able to submit projects on time so that I finish CFA as soon as possible. Maybe Eddie can continue with experience too.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Consore. Apart from time management, I have gained experience from this CFA onboarding class, which is to be responsible. CFA is about self-paced program, so we have to be responsible on the project we have so that we can achieve what we are desiring to do. So, Natasha, we continue.
So we have also gained an experience of seeking for support. If you are not understanding projects or directions, you don't have to commit plagiarism. You have to just seek for support from your advisors or from your colleagues. Thank you. And Patrick is going to continue.
Miss Natasha, like looking forward to the CFA, we'll be working, of course, self-paced, and it requires much attention for everyone to win and get mastered projects. My experience from this CFA onboarding class is following the instructions, like working on what I'm required to work on, than just working on things for the sake of submission. Another thing is just trying to listen and get some tips from feedback that I got. Like, it is possible that I can get feedback before or after submission, and from that feedback, I can use it to change what I did badly and get a deliverable that is meeting the expectation of the project so as to get mastered. Thank you.